Top of the top, my people. Peace and blessings, y'all. What's up, y'all? Yes, sir. It is Tuesday, July 8th. I'm still on June. July 8th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him all things is possible. Top of the top to all my kings and queens out there moving around on this hot Tuesday morning. It's hot already. You can feel it, like the Jackson 5 song. You can feel it. It's hot out there, so make sure we staying cool this morning. Safe travels out there to everybody moving around, and remember, with Him all things is possible. Said I hope everybody's feeling blessed, thankful, and appreciated for seeing another day today. Yes, y'all. It is hot out there today, baby, but it's all right. It's gonna get even hotter in here because we got a fight week this week. Shout outs to everybody though, getting it in this week. It's gonna be amazing. So we're gonna get ready to do a chop up. And then we get ready to talk about fight week. Um, so everybody put your seatbelt on because we finna ride. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend that this is where it goes down in the morning, one of the best morning chop-ups, man. Not being conceited about it, just telling you something that somebody told me. So it is what it is. Stephen L. Mack, my brother, I see you. Mr. Gumbo, Mr. Gumbo, where you been at, bro? Mr. Gumbo, I ain't see you in a minute. Hold on, yeah, I gotta take this off for a second. Let me do a switch up real quick. Uh, gotta do a switch up with my camera, so just give me a second. Yeah, this actually looks better. Uh, yeah, this looks better. It don't look so crooked. It don't look so crooked. Okay, y'all. So anyway, um, y'all pretty much seen the day that I had yesterday. Shouts to Edgar Berlanga. First of all, shouts to Cops and Kids. Um, so yesterday, of course, you know it was Edgar Berlanga's meet and greet. He came through yesterday, which it was dope. He had to come through for a brief second because he had stuff to do. And I don't know who you are, but you can go. So anyway, yeah. So yesterday, Edgar was in there. He came for a brief second, and he left. Came through. Signed autographs, gave out tickets, which was dope. For some kids who either haven't experienced a fight or never got to go to an Edgar Berlanga fight, they get to experience it this week, which is dope. Now we could all talk about ticket sales and how he didn't do well in ticket sales, and that's why they had to come out and give out tickets. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. We can't too much dwell on that um, because a lot of these kids, we think about them, and it's always important for them to get that opportunity to be able to go see. Not only Shakur, they get to go see Berlanga. The card is good. Some of them they'll probably go this Saturday. Some probably will go Friday. Any way you look at it, it's a lot of boxing this week in New York. Um, so staying there and getting the content and doing what I'm doing, and then leaving. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Mr. Gumbo, it's a great card this week. This week is good. Despite of what people think, it's a good card. D Free, what up? Um, so after we leave, me and my wife, I had my wife travel with me all day yesterday. All day yesterday. That's probably the first time she's moved around with me that much. But I needed her by my side. I needed the support. or what I was doing, and it turned out good for her. She was able to take pictures. Um, she was able to get autographs, and that's what I like her. You know, I like her doing that. I like her being a part of what it is that I'm doing. So she got to be a part of that. So after leaving Edgar Berlinga, right, we go home, stayed probably for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half before we got to go right back out the door to go see excuse me, Undisputed Women's Champ. We had to go see Alicia Baumgartner, so we had to go to her. She also had like a meet and greet, so we had to go to that. Um, Stayed there for a minute, and then that's when y'all see me do the famous video and picture with Fredro Starr from Onyx. He's down there, but he's not down there he's not down there to see Alicia. He's down there because he actually lives in the area, which is crazy. We just happen to be online, and I just so happened to just look, I believe, like to my left, and I know Fredro Starr from a distance, so I'm looking and I'm like, holy shit, that's Fredro Starr. He said, yep, at 6 p.m. she hit me up. Yo, yo, Mac, boy, you Mac, boy, you a wild dude, man. You a wild boy, Mac. But we look at it, Fredro Starr is from Onyx is there, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So I had to run over there and get like a little video. That's what the video y'all see me put on my short, and then took a picture of him, which was an honor and pleasure because that's not only been one of my favorite rappers though, him and Sticky, but as far as an actor, Fredro's a hell of an actor. I'm talking about a hell of an actor. He's been in some of our favorite movies. Some of our favorite movies from from Strap to Clockers, Sunset Park, being on Moesha. And there's a couple other stuff that he did, man. TV shows, man. So to see that yesterday was an honor and pleasure. I want to speak on about being humble and staying sincere. Sometimes you get to a certain status in your life or a certain point in your life where you kind of forget not so much where you came from, but you just start letting the fame take over you, right? It happens even in this YouTube. People get monetized and all of a sudden they get cute. They get cute, right? It's always cool to remember who made you who you are. Crush, my Philly brother, what's up? Great show this morning. It's always cool to remember who you are, um, let alone where you come from. There's things that's been said by Alicia, and I'm not trying to like, oh man, you only saying that because you met her. There's things that's been said about her or her attitude, but let me tell you something. Besides her looks, she is the most beautifulest person that you can talk to. Her soul is beautiful. Everything about her is beautiful. When she came yesterday, she was a little off her time. She wasn't super late, but she was a little off her time. And she made it her business to address everybody that was online. Hey, thanks for coming out, guys. Thank you for waiting. Versus somebody who wouldn't have even said anything. They would have just came in with that, I know I'm the shit, and yeah, everybody here for me. Yeah, Stephen L. Max, she came in, she addressed everybody. She said hello to everybody. Um, she's telling everybody if it wasn't for y'all, this wouldn't be possible. Because sometimes you really want to know what up, what up. Sometimes you really want to know what these people are going to be like when you meet them, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get for them. So sometimes you just like, yo, they like that on TV. Let me see what they like in person. That way I know if I want to support them or not. Because we all the ones coming out of our pockets, whether it's pay-per-view, whether it's an app, buying the ticket or whatever. Everybody showed up to the store and they bought merch. Me, I didn't buy merch. I didn't think so. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Stay with me 1 second. So, yeah, yeah. Everybody bought merch yesterday and got their T-shirts signed, and um, which I wanted to buy a T-shirt. I'm probably gonna still get one. May not be this week, but in order to get that, I just like what, forget it. So I just went and got an autograph signing. You know, that's what I did. What's better to get an autograph signing? And this is a badass picture of her. Badass picture. So you already know I'm framing that. That's going up in the frame, y'all. That's going up in the frame. I got other ones, but that's one of my main ones that's going up in the frame. And I told her I was glad to see her back, and I really meant that. I was glad to see her back because she had been gone for a minute. That last fight that we seen her in, that was a disaster. Unfortunately, she didn't want it to go that way, but things happen in boxing. Um, some of y'all were trying to erase her. Some of y'all wanted her to go away, and I'm not accusing nobody in here, but I'm just saying for those that know, they wanted her gone. They wanted to erase her because a drug allegation comes up or whatever. You get accused of something. Hey, a lot of people have got accused of something. Some people were handled different from others. Some people might have had a couple of months of suspension. Some people had a year. If you ask me, some people should have been banned because there's a lot of people who keep getting the opportunities to come back, and I never understand how you keep getting the opportunities to come back, but you keep getting suspended for the same shit. And I never understood that. I know people have a certain fan base behind them. They got certain muscles behind them that would allow them or that keeps them in the limelight. But it just kills me how you can do something. One person does something that you already have an issue with, then all of a sudden it must be true. If these ladies were not signed to Jake, or if she wasn't signed to Jake, there's no telling where she would be because you gotta understand these ladies, these fighters, they still have to make money. Okay. So when you see them out here selling merch, selling tickets, then you look and you go, this is how I know a lot of y'all don't know business. Well, she must don't. This fighter must don't have no money. He or she don't must not have no money. They out here selling merch. Why do you think is that? It's a simple question. Why do you think they're doing that? It's for a reason. Nobody said that they're broke, but it's for a reason. People got to make their money. And then women's boxing, like I've always been saying, that they're still not getting what they should be getting. Now with Jake, they're gonna get that. I mean, we don't have to be big fans of Jake, but we have to make one thing clear. He's going to take care of these ladies. And everybody's probably assuming, or not assuming, but some people are probably assuming that they know what these women are going to make this week, or they think. I'm not thinking about what they're going to make because I'm sure whatever Jake is going to give them, they're going to be all right. And it's probably going to be more than a little bit because number one, they have to be getting paid because they wouldn't just sign to him. Wouldn't just sign to him. For all of them to sign with him and to not either be with Eddie Hearn, which Eddie has a lot of women, which I'm really ready to see Eddie. I'm ready to see MVP versus Matchroom. I don't even know if that even makes sense. Eddie got a lot of women though, but Jay got some bad broads. I don't even know if it's gonna be possible to see an Eddie Hearn. I don't know Eddie Hearn versus Jake Paul. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. but hopefully we'll see it. But if you look at the rest of these promotional companies, they really don't have no women like that. You look at the PBC, what women can you run to over there? I think Gabrielle Fedora is probably the only thing over there. When you look at Top Rank, Sandy, Michaela Myler, um, it's it ain't really Golden Boy. I don't know. It might be a small portion, but then you look at Eddie and you look at Jake and you go, well, it's a lot of women. And I'm sure there's probably other women from other promotional companies that we either don't know about because they're local promotional companies. Because there's women out here in these promotional companies. I mean, just because we never saw them or never heard of them, that doesn't mean they don't exist. But when you look at Jake and you look at Eddie and you think about women that's being signed to that's with promotional companies, be honest with you, they'll be the first two to come to your head. Vendoro Golden Girls. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Golden Girls. Who is he? It's Stephen L. Mack. Gabrielle's not with De La Hoya. Is she with Golden Boy? Is she with Golden Boy? But these are the first two that come to your head. You start thinking about it, you like. So I don't know. The Jake right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hate him or love him. Oh, she is. She's with Gold. Oh, she's with Golden Boy. Why did not? Why did not? Why I always thought it was fucking PBC. Her brother's with PBC, or he's with yeah. His her brother's with P. Yeah, her brother's with PBC. Mm, I didn't even think of that. I don't know why I thought she was over there with him. But that's cool though. But even when you look at that, right, it's still kind of right now. It's kind of hard for De La Hoya to compete with Eddie or Eddie or Jake. As far as when it comes to the women, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to compete with that because right now Jake, she's been there since 2023. Okay, she's been there for 2 years now. I guess I overlooked that because when I watched her, I guess I overlooked it because I'm a fan of hers and I like her. I really do. Baby girl can fight. So I guess I kind of looked over that who she was with. But I don't know why I always thought it was PPC, but that's okay. It's so much going. Yo, you know what it is? These fighters don't stay long with some of these promotional companies, and before you know it, you look up, they with somebody else, and you like, oh shit. They go from being on Matchroom to ended up fighting on Pro Box. You like, what the hell happened? Like, cause I mean, when if you start off Pro Box and you end up on Matchroom, it's kind of an upgrade. No disrespect to Pro Box, because they're still like a local company that's everybody knows about them. So, but sometimes you look up, you like that dude was on Top Rank. How the hell did he get the Pro Box? We start thinking the worst then, like, oh man, they gave him his walking papers. Some of these promotional companies, if you don't fulfill, I guess, whatever it is that you're supposed to do, not putting ass in seats, um, not fighting who you're supposed to, eventually they're not going to want you. That's why we have to support this Friday. We got to support this week of boxing, but we have to support this Friday. We got to support it. It's mandatory. It is mandatory with these women. We have to. We have to. Because what these women are going to do this week, this Friday, is going to shake not just Madison Square Garden, it's going to shake women's boxing. So every woman right now who is a prospect, every woman who is an amateur, and every little girl who's even thinking about following in the footsteps of these female fighters, I'm hoping if they're not there in person, they are at home watching it. For every little girl who has that dream and not letting a boy or anybody tell you you can't box because you a girl. That been out the window years ago. That's over for that. When Layla Ali and Christy Martin and Ann Wolf and other female fighters came in and opened the door, even though female boxing wasn't that popular, they opened the door. They opened the door. For every woman who was a Golden Gloves champion, never went pro, they opened the door. Jason Allen, what's up? For every woman who's laced on a pair of gloves that I don't care if they never went pro or they never had an amateur fight or they just got good at boxing where they didn't compete, but they trained, but they became a coach. They opened the door. We all know how women's boxing was looked at, and we know how women's boxing is still looked at still to this day. Women's boxing is still looked at funny till this day. When they're out here fighting more than your favorite fighter. Some of these women, we done seen them fight 2, 3 times already, at least twice. It should be much easier to make some of these men fights than the women fights because for some of these women, there's not many fighters in their division. It's not many in their division. So it should be easy to make some of these fellas fight because you're looking like, oh man, you know how many dudes is in your division, dude? But we just sitting there skipping around them and fighting whoever we want to fight. These women sometimes, you go, why is she fighting her? Because there's not many in their division like that. Look at heavyweights. I remember my man D Free said it for the women in heavyweights, because heavyweights is 175. I think Free said it was 90. I forgot how many I forgot the numbers that he gave me. So after July 26th, you might look and go, well, who the hell is Carissa gonna fight now? I don't know. Maybe the women who do pedicures on people's feet. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. It's hard to say. But for all these women, there shouldn't be one little girl or one prospect not watching this Friday. It's not just about watching boxing this week. You should be tuned in. For every little girl who's going to want to sit in front of that TV, or that little girl who's going to want to go to that media workout, who's going to want to meet Amanda, who might want to meet Katie Taylor, they might want to meet Savannah Marshall, because rather, if you're fans of them or not, it doesn't matter if they're not from here. They're still female fighters. You still got to respect them. It doesn't matter where they come from, right? We all can't be mad at Katie Taylor for the last 2 fights. Be mad with the judges. Katie Taylor's job is just to fight. It's not her job to fight and to do the scorecards. So, got to keep that in mind. But that's what we should be in. If you're not a believer of women's boxing, maybe you haven't saw anything that made you a believer, or maybe you just think that, hey, it's just Carissa Shields out here and I don't see anybody else. If you haven't bothered to watch any of the past women's cards, you might want to take the time this week to go to Netflix, because I know some of y'all got it. The best thing you could watch this week on Netflix, the best thing you could watch this year on Netflix is these women. It's the best thing you can do. You telling me you got something better to do this Friday? I mean, if you do, you do. We all got different things we got to do. But you telling me you got something better to do this Friday? Cool. What? Watch a baseball game? Cool. But what I don't want you to do is to come up Friday night when the fight is over, or Saturday morning talking a whole bunch of nonsense, or Monday morning, next Monday, talking a whole bunch of nonsense, and ain't none of y'all watch Friday fights or Saturday fights. Because y'all thing is y'all love to get up and argue about something that y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all are addicted to gossiping and don't have a clue what you're talking about. I didn't see no women this week that impressed me. I didn't see nothing this week that impressed me. You can't be satisfied. You didn't see nothing that impressed you this week, but you're so damn thirsty to continue to want to watch, or excuse me, not watch boxing, but you're so damn thirsty to want to continue to talk boxing. Instead of just saying, you know what? I'm gonna wait till they show something that interests me. There's plenty of fights coming up. Plenty. We got July 19th. We got about 3 going on, if I'm not mistaken. Don't we? We got 3 going on July 19th. I bet you y'all don't even know the 3 that's going on July 19th. Even though one of them I'm not really into. You know, you got the Pacquiao and Barrios. I'm not really into that, but you still got that going on with Fedora and Tim Tszyu rematch on there. You got Bam Bam Rodriguez. My man Pretty Boy Pablo is on that. That is the 19th. That's not July 12th, is it? I don't think that's July 12th. I think that's July 19th. No, it's July 19th. And then you got the bar in Usyk. So I just gave you 3 different ones. Am I missing something? Tell me what I did wrong. Or is all them fights on the same card? I ain't slow, y'all. Now just tell me what I just did wrong. I've watched women's boxing from the time Christy Martin came in. I remember sitting in front of my TV on HBO and all that and watching. I remember that. Christy was probably one of the first female fighters I fell in love with as far as watching it, because I'm like, I didn't know women can do this. Oh yeah, the UFC. Yeah, what the women? I'm gonna tell you, hey John, let me tell you something. A lot of those women that you see in the UFC depends on who we talking about and where they at in their career. If it hasn't happened already, they're gonna be over there in boxing. They're gonna be over there in boxing. And now with Dana White in boxing and Turkey and all that, and I forgot to mention that. We're getting ready to see some interesting things. It's either things are gonna get interesting in America boxing. Depends on what Dana White is trying to do. We got to see how this turn out, man. Because there's gonna be some women from UFC that's get ready to. They already done did it, but there's about to be a lot more that's get ready to transfer. Now, rather if they doing business with Jake, rather if they doing it with Eddie, or rather if they doing it with Turkey or Dana White, I want to see how all this turns out. The thing is, right, 2 things we don't want to do, right? We don't want to make a mockery of women's boxing, and we don't want boxing in America to not be interesting anymore. Because right now, boxing's half good and half bad, where we get something good and then we turn around, it becomes a circus. Because there's too many people putting their hands in the jar. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Dana White being a part of boxing, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I'm not going to downplay him. I have to see how this is going to go. I don't know. None of us don't know. Some people go, I know how this is going to go, because he couldn't even really pay his UFC fighters like that. So how can he pay a boxer? I don't know. I ain't in that man's pockets. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But we just don't want the sport of boxing to be a mockery. Boxing has been getting a black eye for some time. 1 minute is hot, and then it's cold. And then for a minute, nothing's happening. It's like we all sitting and waiting. So yeah, it becomes just too much where we don't want to have to be sitting around trying to assume we know what's gonna happen when it comes to this boxing. We don't want to have to be sitting there like, oh God, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? That's kind of the feeling that we got when Dana White came in. We like, okay, Turkey came in, now Dana's in. What's gonna happen next? Tell us about that boxing, man. My God, man. If it ain't a harder working man that's around, it's my brother, man. Y'all go subscribe to tell us about that boxing. Please, y'all go subscribe to my brother, man. When you talk about somebody working and moving and has an interesting story, has an interesting life, his background is bananas. If there's not a more inspiring story for for the public, for kids who think they want to be a part of that life and don't really want to be, tell us about that boxing, man. Is that y'all need to go subscribe to him. His story's crazy. I'm gonna get his story too. I've heard his story before, but it's sometimes it needs to be heard again to inspire people to, you can't change. Eric, oh, what's up, my brother? So anyway, so we don't know what types of twists and turns is going to happen in the sport of boxing. The only thing we could do is just sit back. This week is a beautiful week. It's an interesting week. Every content creator that's breathing, that claim they love boxing, I don't care if you're from New York or not, especially if you're in the tri-state area, your ass should be in New York this week. I don't care if you got credentials or not. You should be in New York this week. You got Friday and Saturday, man. Don't be like the people who want to sit home and argue boxing and debate boxing. We don't got time for that because that's not even good for our resume to just be sitting home arguing it. You got to be out here in the field. You got to be out here in the field. As crazy as that sound, you got to be out here in the field. It's the only way. It's the only way. We getting ready to do the Amanda Serrana media workout today. And I think something else is going on with Shakur. I think the Shakur Belanga joint is going on today in the Hard Rock Cafe on Times Square. It's about to be pure mayhem. Pure mayhem. Saturday night, me and my beautiful missus, we in the building for Queens. For Shakur Belanga, we in the building for that. Um, I've seen Shakur fight before. Matter of fact, me and my wife have been to a Shakur fight and we have been to a Belanga fight. Um, so this is dope. You know what I mean? It's a great experience. I would have loved to came in as media. It's okay. It is okay. Usually I'll go, man. If I ain't going as media, I ain't going at all. Sometimes that's not going to always be the case. I'm a big fan of Shakur. Of course, Belinga from my city. So I got two East Coast brothers, Newark and Brooklyn. It's in the building. Um, go support the bros. Shout out to Wally Moses, his grandfather. Love that dude. That's the OG of OGs. So yeah, man. As far as Alicia, man, I'm glad to see the Queen back. I'm looking to see what she'll do this week. I can't make no predictions on none of the fights. I mean, come on, we got Savannah Marshall and Shadeja Green. Sheesh. Sheesh. That's all I can say is sheesh. I can't say nothing else. Um, I'm sure Carissa, for some reason, I have a feeling, man, and I'm saying this right now before anybody else said they said it. I don't know if somebody else did say it, but I have a strong feeling Carissa T Rex Shields is going to be in New York this week, even though she has her fight coming up. Her fight is not until the 26th. It'll be the 11th Saturday. I have a strong feeling she's going to make it her business. to be in New York. Now, I'm sure she'll be there for all the ladies. Yeah, you know what, Mr. Gumbo? That's what I'm afraid of. Oh man, I ain't taking nothing away from old girl, but what people gotta understand, Savannah Marshall could fight ever since the amateurs, right? We can hate her or we can love her. She can fight. Um, and I'm not gonna always pick somebody because the color of their skin. Sometimes you just got to go with who you think is better, because then when you just go with somebody for the color of their skin because they look like you, that doesn't I mean, that doesn't really make you a boxing fan. It's my opinion. Yeah, everybody's good. You know, some people they do go for their own kind. That's cool, but that doesn't make you a boxing fan because you go for your own kind, right? Because you're just going for somebody who looks like you. I tell y'all this all the time. A lot of y'all are not real boxing fans. Y'all not. I don't care how you take it. A lot of y'all are not real boxing fans. You just go for fighters who look like you. You don't know if the person can fight or not. You don't really know nothing about them. You just find out about them the day of the fight, and all of a sudden now you've been a fan for one day, acting like you've been knew about the fighter. I mean, that was your opinion. I mean, that's who you picked. That's who you picked. The problem with this sport of boxing is, and it's not the sport of boxing, it's the people. We let boxing get the best of us. We let boxing turn us against each other. Nobody is allowed to have an opinion. Nobody's allowed to have a voice. Nobody's allowed to say how they feel about whatever's going on without somebody getting in their feelings. I don't never blame boxing for the nonsense that go on these YouTube streets. I blame the people, because boxing is going to be boxing with or without us. We're just the ones who report and bring up stuff that we already know that ESPN ain't gonna bring up, and nobody else is gonna bring up but us. Yeah, the sport will be here after we gone. So when I see some of the behavior of some cats, I just sit there and shake my head and I go, y'all the reason why they want to get rid of media, for real. Y'all the reason why they want us to go away. Y'all are the reason why they want us to go away. For real. And it's not fair, because there's some of us who really love doing this, and we dedicate our time to this. I just told you, man, I was just did Edgar Berlanga yesterday, then I ended up doing Alicia Baumgartner. I had to go do both. We on our way. Me and my wife, we did both yesterday. Now we on our way to do Amanda Serrano. Then you got Shakur and Berlanga press conference in Times Square. I believe that was today. Yeah, I think that's today. Yeah, it is. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. You think I got time to argue with dudes that don't go nowhere? It's a lot of these what I call don't go nowhere dudes that we keep arguing and going back and forth with. Makes no sense to keep arguing with a don't go nowhere dude. That's what you got now. A lot of these don't go nowhere dudes. I don't have time to do that. Why would I go out my way to do that? You know how I can win an argument with you? I could win an argument with you by just doing what I do. I mean, I don't. I guess so. I don't know what's gonna happen in that fight with Belenga, but he's gonna need to win that. He's gonna need to win that because oh boy, I think they're trying to line him up with Canelo. Dub, what up, man? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? I don't know, man. Belanga knows what he has to do. Belanga knows what he has to do. And if he doesn't do it, if he doesn't get the job done, it's not the end of his career. But I don't know nothing about the other guy, and that's the thing too. And I need to look him up because remember, I told you it's always the fighters that we don't know about could be the dangerous ones. I don't know nothing about that guy, so I need to look him up. Vane, what up? But it's gonna be an interesting week this week, man. I'm telling you, 2 days of just oh man, I don't think there's ever been a time since I've been in New York and I've been here. I mean, I lived in other places outside of New York, but for the years I've been in New York mostly all my life, I've never seen it where it's 2 days back to back in New York of action. I can't remember the last time. Just Friday's fight alone takes over everything in the city because a lot of people are looking more forward to Friday than they are Saturday. But then when you got both days, it's crazy because whoever can afford to go to Friday's fight and can sit home and watch it or wherever they at can still go buy a ticket for Saturday's fight because Saturday's fight is still available. So anybody who hasn't got a ticket, um, go get you one. You might not want to wait to the day of the fight because what I think is being that there's so many tickets available, it's Tuesday. I can't say by Friday there'll still be some available. I think the closer we get, and then you got people who are gonna wait to the day of the fight to go get them a ticket. Which that usually happens, especially for fights in New York. I'm telling you, it's been days that I went to the Barclays Center for a fight, and I just so happened to look at the line, and I'm like, well, maybe they're going to get something else. And the people like, no, they're online to get these tickets, and I'm like, I remember going to Danny Garcia, Paulie Malignaggi, going to that, and I'm looking at the line, and I'm thinking this was something else. They like, no, this is for Paulie, and I'm like, what? I'm like, holy shit. So sometimes the prices will go down, um, which is cool. You know what I mean? Some of you guys don't get paid till Tuesday. Some might not get paid to Friday. Some might not get paid Thursday. So for y'all, if you get paid on a Friday, rather if you get, I don't know if you're getting paid every week or every 2 weeks. Usually every 2 weeks might not be a Friday. It might be a Tuesday. So if you just so happen to get paid today and your check is reasonable, you might wanna. I think the Amanda fight is. I think that fight is already. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's already sold out. I don't know. I didn't hear anything, so don't quote me. I have to. I'm gonna find out today when I go. Miss McGee, what's going on? How you doing, Queen? I think it might be sold out or close. I know the tickets were higher than Redman and Method Man. Shit, but it's worth it. I mean, if you could afford it, if you don't mind sitting in the nosebleeds, you're not gonna get no front row. It's quiet for that. All the wealthy people got that. But either way you look at it, man, it's gonna be an interesting week this week, man. I'm super happy about it. I'm super happy to be a part of it. I'm super happy to be able to go around and get content where I could take it and throw it up on my YouTube channel. I could throw it up on Instagram. Just to be a part of that is dope, man. And I have to thank every single last one of y'all in here for being able to keep me, on my toes, man. Because y'all make it possible for me to keep getting on here doing this, man. It's to a point I'm about to start being able to get super chats, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's some stuff I'm working on, man. It took me a little minute to get certain things done on here. You're not going to get things done on here if you're not putting in the work. If there's not certain things you're doing to push whatever it is that you do, it's not going to happen on its own. So we all know when something's going wrong with our channels or whatever it is that we're doing, it's because of us. It's because we're not pushing for what it is that we want. So even though you might feel like you're pushing, you might have to just go a little harder with it. You're gonna have to be extra because nobody can push your success but you. You know what I mean? Only you can do that. You know, people can come through and support you all they want, but if you're not pushing for something, if you're not pushing to make nothing happen, then it's gonna pretty much stay the same. So that's why every morning it's important for me to be on here, rather if I'm talking boxing or not. When I do my morning chop ups, we already know it ain't no boxing conversation in the morning chop ups. Um, Today, well, this week is a very important week, and I'm like, well, it's kind of hard to not talk about boxing, when you got two big events going on, one in Manhattan and one in Queens. So the city is going to be crazy this week. It's already crazy. I'm expecting a lot of traffic because, like I said, everybody who's fighting in the city got their families, the camps, the entourages, whatever you want to call it. Everybody. You got people flying out of town. Um, this week is probably not the week to be in Vegas. No disrespect. This week is probably not the week to be in Vegas. What we getting this week usually will probably be a Vegas week. You know what I mean? Y'all know how I get in Vegas. I ain't never got to Vegas, man, but I'm damn sure going to get to Vegas. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I would love to be in Vegas for September 13th, but that's going to be pretty impossible. Pretty impossible, especially when that's about 2 months away. Um, yeah, it's about almost 2 months away from that, so we can't make that. So it's a new stadium. It's a new stadium, Gumbo, that they built in Queens. I think it was supposed to be like a soccer stadium. It's supposed to be like a soccer stadium. Something. It's a new place they had built, if I'm not mistaken. Because usually in Queens, there's really no boxing matches. If it ever is, there's boxing matches in a place called Melrose Ballroom, or if we have an amateur fights. As far as pro fights, big pro fights like this, no. If you look up Melrose Ballroom, it's in Queens, and that's the only time we really get professional fights. So nah, yeah, right by Met Stadium. Yeah, 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 Met Stadium. So yeah, it's gonna be lit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Story of Queens, man. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot going on, man. Right by that, it's gonna be crazy. That's why I'm like, this is the first time. Now, a lot of people go, well, why didn't they take it to the Garden? I don't know. It's a tennis stadium, one of the locations used for the U.S. Opening. Oh, the U.S. Well, yeah, but then, yeah, well, that's right in that area. Then I think that's all in the same area. Yeah, I don't know why I said soccer, but that's all in the same area. No, the soccer one is not even done yet because I think they just started doing the soccer one, so it can't be the soccer one because the soccer one won't be done for a little minute, I think. But yeah, tennis. When you go over the Mets, where the Mets is at, you got so much going on in that area. Tennis, it's a lot going on in that area. Which tennis, I'm gonna get to the U.S. Open, and me and my wife, that's one of our go tos right there, or to do list. It's the U.S. Open. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to miss that place. When you're coming on the highway, you passing the airport and all that. Um, you're gonna always see the Met Stadium, and then you're gonna see that. But it's gonna be. This is the first time though. Like I said, there's really no boxing in Queens. I'm not talking about far as gyms. But if there's ever any boxing events, there's either amateur or pro, and it's always in the Melrose Ballroom. So this will probably be the first big one in Queens. This is major. Some people was like, "Yo, he could have took it to the Barclays Center. He could have took it to the Garden." Well, it wouldn't even matter if this fight would have been at the Garden. It's probably going to be kind of hard to top what's going to happen with the ladies because the ladies are going to show their ass off, and I'm sure for what they're getting paid, they're going to show their ass off. They're gonna show their ass off this week. So I'm not mad that it's in Queens. Queens actually is one of my favorite boroughs. One of my favorite boroughs. Queens is probably one of the most dopest places in New York, and I'm a Bronx cat, right? But for real, Queens is very Queens is probably the only place I know you can go and nobody won't even know that you're living there. Uh, you said who's Amanda fighting? She's fighting Katie Taylor again in the trilogy. This is their third fight. Yep, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor trilogy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. No, I don't listen. I'm not making no predictions for it. Yeah, I'm not making no predictions for it. And when I tried to make a prediction after the first fight, shit didn't go well. I'm not making no predictions for this, but I tell you what I am. I'm Team Amanda, and I don't take nothing away from Katie Taylor. But let's just be honest. Amanda is the hometown girl. She's the hometown girl, so I'm Team Amanda. And shout outs to Katie Taylor because when she comes to fight, whether we like her or not. Like I said, everybody can't get mad at her about what happened in the first two fights. I don't care about the headbutts or anything. The referee is it's his job to take care of that. You know what I mean? And Katie's not responsible for the scorecards. Yeah, she should. Cindy should be in the Hall of Fame. She should be. You know what? That's crazy you said that, bro. I need to talk to her today. That's crazy you said that, man. Yeah, she should be. She should be. And them girls can fight, both of them. I've been in the gym with both of them, and I've watched them spar. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I've seen both of them spar, man. And let me tell you something. All that take it easy. Now, I'm not saying both of them as sisters beating the shit out of each other. No, that's not what I'm saying. But as far as other people, oh yeah, they gonna get that work. You gonna get that work. When it's them, it's a little light work. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really in there trying to kill each other. But as far as anybody else, if you're an outsider, yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet. Yeah, but she should be a Hall of Fame, and I'm hoping, like I was saying before you came on, bro, about how these women still don't get the recognition, how they still don't get the recognition, and even with them getting signed to Jake and all that, that's all good, but there's still some non-believers. But after this Friday, for you non-believers that don't believe in women's boxing, I guarantee you're going to believe this week. Hey, you should believe already. You know why you should believe already? Because the ticket sales say you should believe. Oh, they only paid to see Amanda and Katie. No, man, that's one of the main fights because it's the main event. They paid to see all them ladies. Where else are you gonna go where you're gonna see not only Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, but you're gonna see Deja Green, you're gonna see Savannah Marshall, you're going to see Alicia Baumgartner, and all the other ladies that's on that card in one night. The dopest one I saw is what Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner fought, and then it was Savannah Marshall and Carissa Shields. I thought that was a mean ass card, man. I didn't trip about that card. I had no complaints when it was over. It was a mean card. And for a lot of these ladies that's on this card this week, they're getting the opportunity of their life. The opportunity. Not just for them to show the non believers of what they can do, but they get to make a nice payday, man. And these ladies come out to fight. It ain't like some of these fellas, man. Yeah, if you see her today, let her know she still have fans out here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I let her know. Oh, yeah, I definitely let her know. I'm gonna see her today. I'm sure she'll be at the media workout. I'm pretty positive she'll be. Yeah, I'm positive she'll be, unless she has something to do. But I think she'll be there. But I'm definitely gonna have a dialogue with Amanda. That I'm definitely going to do. Um, but And these ladies come to fight. And when they come to fight, they come to give it they all. Some of these fellas, they have about 100 reasons why they can't do this and can't do that. Why they not fighting this person? Why they not fighting that person? These ladies be on some where do I sign type shit, and they come to give it they all. So, like I said, for every little girl, for every prospect that has some type of dream of being where these ladies are at right now, or trying to get to where they at, you need to be watching this week. If you're not at the garden or if you're at home, I don't care if you at your grandma's, I don't care if you at work. If you at work, you can have Netflix on your phone. You know, if you at work and you get one of those hour breaks, depends on what time you get off of work, or I don't know what time you go to break. You got time to watch it. Especially if you do one of those jobs where you're working by yourself and nobody's around you. Watch it. Come on, how much trouble are you gonna get in? Especially if you're somebody who do their job all the time. How much trouble could you get in, right? Because I know if I had to work Friday and I know I'm not getting off of work to 12 midnight or something, or 2 o'clock in the morning, oh, I'm gonna watch this fight. If I'm in the building by myself, oh, I'm gonna watch the fight and I'm gonna take as much time as I want because ain't nobody in the building with me. Nobody in the building with me. So I want to see how many of you real boxers, you so-called boxing fans, not that you have to prove anything to me. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people are coming to see her too. Watch boxing. Wow. Yeah, you got two full jobs. God, dog, Stephen L. Mac. Yeah, man. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Stephen. Stephen, don't work too hard this week, man. Please. Oh, Stephen, I'll tell Alicia you said hello. I'll tell Alicia you said, oh, hi. My man, Stephen Omac, man. That's my dude right there, man. I wish you could have been up here, man. I wish a lot of y'all could have been up here, man. Some of y'all brothers, I'm still waiting to meet in person, man. Y'all been around for a minute, a lot of y'all, man. Y'all been rocking for some time. How many of y'all are going to Vegas for Canelo and Crawford? He said no, never. No, man. Let me tell you something. You have to do your job when you at your job, but I'm not gonna let my job take everything out of me and got me where I'm going home and I'm just beat out of it, because it doesn't matter what you do for these jobs, they don't appreciate you. You got a few jobs that'll tell you thank you, but you got more jobs that boss you around than be thankful that you even there. So you can't bust your ass for these jobs. I bust my ass more doing this YouTube shit, knowing that I'm working for myself and I'm independent. Because when I go to certain places and I do these credentials, and when you doing it, it's close to meet and greet, so I ain't going. Oh, it's closer to me. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. What's the meet and greet, like August 12th, right? Yeah, y'all got y'all's August 12th, and I got mine. That I got my third annual barbecue on the 16th of August. Yeah, so y'all got to come to New York next year though for my annual barbecue. That'll be my fourth year next year. But that's why I work independent doing this. When I go places and people go, "What media outlet you with?" I'm not with no media outlet. I work for myself. August 10th and 11th. Okay, I don't know where the hell I got the 12th from. Yeah, I would have loved to made it this year. I'm gonna make it to one of those, Stephen L. Mac. I'm gonna make it to one of them. I just don't know when. Oh, Stephen L. Mac, you only 3 hours away. Where the hell are you? 3 hours is away. What do you? You're not Philly. What are you, Maryland? He said, 3 hours away? Where you at, Stephen L. Mack? I thought you was like down south or something. Like way down south. Don't ask me why. You always seem like a down south dude. You by Philly. Oh, damn, Stephen L. Mack. Why you just telling me this shit now, bro? You know what's so crazy? I was just in Philly last month on the 7th. So what happened is I was going to one of Danny Garcia show. Danny Garcia had a show, but it wasn't in Philly. It was outside of Philly. Newtown. Newtown. I just went there. I was just there. First time too. Newtown. It's like 45 minutes, 50 minutes outside of Philly. And I had to get this bus I got on was crazy. Midwest. I grew up 45 minutes away from 78. Oh, oh shit. Okay. Shouts to 78, man. That's the dude I got to get on the show, man. I got to holler at 78. I'm going to call 78. I got to get him on. Because for some reason, 78 looks like he has an interesting story. And I don't get to jump on his lives like that because sometimes by the time I get off Drew's or whatever, it's too much going on. It's like I got to get my day started because when that shit start hitting 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and after a while, you start noticing, damn, the day is almost shit. I got to get my day going. I like to get my day started early in the morning. I don't really like starting my day at 2 or 3 o'clock because I already know that shit. Time goes too fast. But what I was saying with the media outlet, a lot of them just look at you like what media outlet you with. And when I'm like, I'm not with nobody. I'm me. I'm the guy who runs it. And then they just look at you as if you know what I came to the conclusion of people are intimidated. Maybe I'm wrong for saying this. I don't want to say scared because you got to be careful how you use the word scared. Skeptical of dealing with you when you tell them that you work for yourself or you independent because we know we're independent people, you can't control them. I mean, I don't know about nobody else, but you can't control them. Sometimes these people like either you working with them or working for somebody because when some shit go wrong, they're gonna go to your boss. Oh no, we can't have him. We can't have him. So it seems like when you're independent, I don't know, they kind of iffy about you. And I'm not saying all of them, but certain ones they like, nah, I don't know if we want to do anything with that guy. I don't know, because when you tell them you independent, they just kind of look at you. Some people will compliment you and go, that's beautiful, that's great, And then you got those that go, because you got a lot of these guys that they feel like being independent is not going to work for them, or it's only going to work so long. Let me do as much as I can, and then let me go find somebody I could go branch with or be up under. Which is nothing wrong with that. You do what you have to do, but I don't look for nobody to be up under. Um, that's just my opinion because you're not gonna be able to tell me how to run no Doug Zone. You're just not gonna. I ain't gonna let you do that because I know how to run it. I run it smooth. I'm fair. At least I try to be, and I'm not just a person who jumps on camera just saying anything that sounds good. So I try to be as fair. So when you have somebody come and try to switch up what it is that you do, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out well because if somebody's thinking because they paying you a few dollars or they telling you that they can take you here or take you there, that makes it cool. And I'm like, nah, I'm not one of those you can do it with. Stephen M. Mac, I think I got you on the gram. So if you come, dog, I'll just send you the invite. And even if you don't make it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. Sometimes shit happens at the last minute. Drew will be here though. Drew will be here. I gotta see what's up with Blue, man. I'm gonna have to call Blue today, man. I ain't seen Blue since damn, when the last time I saw Blue? I think the last time I saw Blue, we was at the Palladium for the Fatal Fury shit. The first one, the Times Square joint. I think that was the last time I saw Blue. So yeah, that was May. No, not May. I'm tripping. Maybe before May. Probably April when they did that press conference. So I gotta holler at them. But yeah, so when you telling them you independent, for them that's kind of they kind of look at you crazy, but it is what it is. If y'all come into this and doing this, come in independent, come in on your own. I mean, you can come in as somebody, and there's nothing wrong with you building relationships and getting where you need to be. But make sure you start off on your own. See, because when they sit there and tell y'all, yo, we need somebody to write a letter, um, it's kind of funny when you tell them, well, I guess I'm writing a letter. But what do you mean? Who are you under? You're under nobody. I'm me. So I guess I'll be writing the letter because you can't expect somebody else to write the letter for me and nobody runs this but me. It feels good when it's just you. It feels good. And I'm not saying not to branch out and be under nobody. That's what I'm not going to tell you. You do whatever you have to do for you. But for me, it's better to be this way. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I gotta bust some moves. I gotta get ready for the day. Amanda Serrano's media workout uh, going down today. I would love to go live, but it never comes out right. And I tell y'all this all the time. It always glinches. I hate the way it comes out. It sucks. Um, I would do something special and go on live on Instagram, but I gotta make sure my channel. I have to make sure all my content is up to date. So I gotta do all that, man. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it on. I could put certain stuff up on the gram that I feel like it's worth putting up, but I have to keep the YouTube going because you guys keep making it possible for me. Um, yeah, I seen Crush. Crush, he said he might come out here for my annual barbecue, Crush. So you need to be coming up here with him, sir. I don't want to have to come back. I don't want to have to come back to Philly and get you, Crush. I really don't. So Stephen L. Mack is coming up this way. You need to be coming up here with him. Matter of fact, both of y'all maybe both of y'all need to ride up together. Huh? Crush, give him some gas money. Get in the car, ride up together. Come on, Crush. Come on, ride up here now. Come on now. I need you up here. I need you up here, man. Y'all ain't going to miss next month, man. I'm trying to tell you, y'all ain't going to miss next month. It's going to be a goddamn movie. Don't want to miss next month, man. Got a lot of great people coming out. A lot of great people. But let me get my day started. I appreciate y'all, man. Smash that like button, man. And thank y'all for always coming and rocking with me because y'all don't have to come over here, but y'all do, man. And I love every single. I don't care if you come and stay for 2 minutes and go, well, I don't like what he's talking about, so I'm out of here. Just for you coming through means a lot to me, and I love every single last one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all later. Yeah, definitely, Crush. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Until then, love y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.